Alright, so normally I would be coming on here talking about how we need to come in and beat this team's ass and like impose our will, all this shit. Play like Jaguars, play like we don't give a fuck, play like we're gonna come in and just dominate. Not the case with this team. This is the Seattle Seahawks we're talking about. And honestly, I'm more nervous for this game than I was when we played Pittsburgh. Just because of how much of a roll this fucking team's on. Like, everybody thought when Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor went down and like the Seahawks started like kind of fizzling out a little bit, that this team was done. Not the case, bro. Because this team just went in last week and beat the Philadelphia Eagles, who for the past 9-10 weeks or whatever it was, looked unbeatable. And this team not only beat them, but like, not so much on the scoreboard, but they pretty much imposed their will on the fucking Philadelphia Eagles. And now we got them. Like, with the Arizona game with us, congratulations. We bounced back. We won when we needed to win. However, this team we're playing is not the Arizona Cardinals. This team's not the Indianapolis Colts. It's a whole different fucking ball game. Like, there's a reason Seattle, no matter what, has always stayed relevant. Okay? This team always seems to hang around, and like, you know, you can't say enough about Russell Wilson. He is what he is. The guy's a phenomenal quarterback. Like, he always keeps this team afloat. Anytime they got number 3 behind center, this team's got a shot. And now they're gonna come in and play us. Now, I'm not saying this isn't a winnable game, because it is. We can beat the Seahawks, but the Jaguars that showed up last week have got to show up this week in order to do it. Because we fuck around and do bullshit, drop passes, and give up big plays, and just not play like we're used to playing, and having our offense in particular make mistakes. We're not beating the Seahawks. Like, Blake Bortles, he doesn't have to play great, but he's got to play mistake-free and make the plays he needs to play. We got to get our running game back established, and our defense, it has to play one of the best games it's played all year for us to win. And when I say that about our defense, it's actually very possible. Okay? I mean, the Seahawks got Doug Baldwin and Paul Richardson, 2 very good receivers, but they're not. But Jalen Ramsey, AJ Boye, they should be able to shut them dudes down easily. Now with Tyler Lockett in the slot, that might cause problems. I would try and put Jalen Myrick on him, because I don't know if Aaron Colvin's going to be fast enough to keep up with him. And Jalen Myrick's fast as shit. So that might be something we could do. And then, you know, they got a pretty damn good tight end by the name of Jimmy Graham out there too. So it's definitely a game we need Telvin Smith back for. I hope he's okay and good to go. And offense, and pretty much like any good quarterback, we gotta harass Russell Wilson's ass early and often. Because Seattle's biggest weakness on offense is their offensive line. Like, there's a reason they can't run the ball this year. Like, even with Cheeseburger, Eddie, Mike Davis, Thomas Rawls, no one's really getting anything going. A lot of that has to do with how shitty their offensive line is, and that's something we can take advantage of. And we all are very familiar with their left guard, that being Luke Jokel. We all remember him, the guy who was supposed to. We drafted number 2 overall and was supposed to be the next Tony Vaselli, and this bitch ended up being the next Kris Jenner. Just another useless bitch who got too much attention. This can be a good game for Marcel Darius and Malik Jackson to get some interior pass rush and get through the line and stop running with him there. Because Luke Jokel's blocking style is a lot like my ex-wife, who every time she sees a black man that wants to fuck her, she lays on he lays on his back with he gets on his back with his legs up in the air, just ready to take some shaft. So this can be exploited, and we can make this a pretty bad day for Russell Wilson if we're on our shit. Offensively, like I said, Blake's got to play mistake-free. We got to get our running game going. One thing I was very encouraged about last week that really didn't have shit to do with who we were playing, no drops yesterday. Receivers weren't fucking dropping balls, and that's very good to see. Keelan Cole, D.D. Westbrook, they're both getting better every time they step on the field. Like, I hope we get D.D. Westbrook some more targets. I would really love for this to be a breakout game for him, especially since they're missing Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman. Same thing with Keelan Cole. He didn't even drop the ball. He had a nice touchdown catch, got his first touchdown of the year. And also hopefully we're getting Allen Hurns back this week, because that's another consistent weapon that we need. Because like I said in the past, we need all hands on deck to beat the Seahawks. Like, we need everybody to get back healthy. Like, I know Jeremy Parnell came back last week. I hope Patrick Amame comes back, because this team can rush the quarterback, and it could be a long day for Blake Bortles if he constantly gets pressure in his face. Like, our offensive line has to do a really good job today, especially, well, not today, on Sunday, to get our running game established, and to protect Bortles so he doesn't make stupid mistakes and fuck the game up for us. Now, I'm not going to come on sit here and say we're definitely going to win this game or we're definitely going to lose this game. I don't know, man. I don't think either one of us are going to get blown out. I think it's going to be a very close, highly contested game. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard hitting. Might get a little bit chippy, and I'm expecting a really tough, good game. But I think we can win, and this would be a huge win for us. And I think really this could be a game where we can prove to the world that we belong if we beat the Seahawks. Because you want to make it in the playoffs. You want to win Super Bowls. You want to do all this shit. You got to beat teams like Seattle, not just 1 week in a row. When you get into the playoffs, you got to beat teams like Seattle, Pittsburgh, fucking New England. You got to beat teams like that. You got to beat teams like that 3 and 4 weeks in a row to get to where you need to go. So, having a team like Seattle come here is going to be a very big test for us. So, there's no reason why we can't win this game, but you never know just because of how good Seattle is. Like I said, I'm not full on expecting to win, but I am expecting a good ass performance. I expect to be right there with them, and I'm hoping this team can really prove something to the world today and beat these motherfuckers, because a lot of people are going to be watching this game. We're coming in with an even record. We both have beaten the top. We've beaten the top team in the AFC right now, Pittsburgh. They've beaten the top team, what was the top team in the NFC, Philadelphia. So this is going to be a game watched by a lot of people. So we got to prove we can get it done on a big stage. So, that's really it, guys. We gotta just Jags, be on your shit, man. Be on your game, cause you can't fuck around with a team like this. Like this team, you cannot beat the Seattle Seahawks making dumbass mistakes, because they will make you pay every single time. Like, anytime Russell Wilson gets a short field, he's going to fucking put it in the end zone. It's a fact. So, and I'm surprised I don't know any Seahawks fans on YouTube, because when they won the Super Bowl, them motherfuckers was coming out the woodwork. But I don't know any Seahawks fans on YouTube, so I can't really shout anybody out. But you want to jump on and talk? Hey, man, I would like to talk to you. But hey, anyway, man, that's it. Let's go Jags. Let's get this win. And let's prove to the world that we're about some shit.